Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all our wonderful BlockSafe family out in the world. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you so much for joining us again for another episode of the BlockSafe Global Ambassador Program. Guys, thank you very much for spending some quality time with us today. We know that many of you are working very hard at building a global footprint when it comes to not just cryptocurrency and blockchain technology, but also giving your families the capability to write their own checks, right? Because at the end of the day, you're the people that are going to take this to a whole nother level. Let me see, what does the process look like if an ambassador sells to an institution? Oh, Peter's already got a question. That's a great question, Peter. So Peter, basically what would happen is we would get all the corporate, we would go directly with Scott and George. And so George, Waller, Scott, myself would get on a call with you or an ambassador, and we would handle that transaction directly for you. Guys, just so you know, Peter Rubens was asking, what does the process look like if an ambassador sells to an institution? So basically, let's say that I was on Peter's team, right? And just as example, I said, hey, I've got OKX. They're ready to get started encrypting, all the users' logins, making sure that their employees are using encryption tech. Because a lot of times, guys, what happens is it's not that the actual exchange is getting hacked. It's that a lot of times what's happening is they go after the employee first, right? And then they got to log in. They can hit the hot wallet, et cetera, et cetera. So many times, many of these exchanges, how they're getting penetrated is through their employees. So if I brought that to Peter and said, hey, I want to get this institution on board, Peter would have a conversation with myself and George, and then we would help facilitate that meeting between BlockSafe corporate and the institution. So obviously, if let's say the institution brought in 100, 1,000, 10,000 employees or consumers, then guess what? That person and Peter would obviously be benefiting from it because they brought that institution to BlockSafe Technology. Does that answer your question, Peter? Here, let me just, what's up, Andy? I see Andy Wall on here. Hello, Carol. Hello, Dave, Major, Peter, Tim, Wendy, Dean, everybody. Sure does. And Peter, if you got those, and guys, anybody in the world, if you have any kind of institution, remember, it can be a bank, it can be a crypto exchange, it could be a financial services company, similar to like what Vanguard and Fidelity are, right? Edward Jones, Credit Suisse, let's see, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, the list goes on and on. Remember, this is not just to protect cryptocurrency, guys. This is to protect mobile environments and desktop environments. And if I own, just an example, if I own an exchange or I own a financial institution, and I know that people frequently have weak passwords, I know that people frequently are getting malware, spyware, et cetera, then all our BlockSafe products will be of huge value to that organization. Because at the end of the day, if I'm the owner, right, or if I'm the shareholder, I don't want to get hacked like Binance in a $40 million hack, right? Binance is one of the absolute biggest crypto exchanges in the world, and they got hacked for $40 million. Cryptopia just announced that they're liquidating. They're basically, I think they're filing bankruptcy. So that should tell you that the decentralized systems are always getting hacked. Banks get hacked on a daily basis. It's just we don't, they don't put all the information out there because they don't want to create fear, uncertainty, and doubt. So guys, before I get started, can everybody see my screen? I just want to make sure. And before we get started, does anybody have any other questions? Because that was a really good question from Peter. How does the institutional system work when it comes to BlockSafe? Guys, also, if you look, and let me just go to, if you go to the Google Drive, let me just go in here. If you go in this Google Drive, I set up a Google Drive for all the ambassadors, all your teams. So what's going to happen is now you're going to have content, pictures. In here, I'm going to scroll down real quick. You see all these pictures. You can use it for marketing. Many of these pictures I've taken off of Adobe. I have licenses for them. We got videos. That's me speaking at MIT on how to use Bitcoin. And obviously, we're going to be teaching the world on how to protect your Bitcoin, right? Or digital currency in general. You see all these pictures. Look at these nice pictures, guys. You can use these as much as you want. In here, we've got some more videos. We're going to be constantly putting videos, content in here for you to be able to use, for your teams to be able to use. Let's see, as you can see, a lot of them have to do with Mt. Gox, anti-clickjacking, CryptoDefender for the desktop. There's just a lot of content, guys, because we know that you're going to be out there making sure that people get educated on why they should be using our products, right? That's a really good video of George right there. That's week 3. It's got a lot of, that actually has a lot of posts that you can use right off the bat. And I think all 4 weeks are on there. We created almost 70, 80 postings for you to be able to use. So you see a bunch of pictures, motivation, because obviously people need to get motivated, right? This is like the crypto revolution. So many of you are going to make a ton of money in 2019 and beyond. Let's see, what else? Yeah, guys, anything that you want me to upload, if you got something that you think we should be using, you can put it in the Telegram room. I'll look at it, and then I can upload it so that people can use it all over the world. So you look down here, you saw week 1 up there, so you got week 2, 3, 4. I know some of you were missing some of the weeks. Screenshot of the bounty campaign that's coming. So that bounty campaign is going to be off the chain, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to start seeing, I mean, we've already gotten close to 8,000, right? So we're probably going to get closer to about 15,000 here in the next coming days and weeks, because people are really excited about the bounty program. Let's see. Can't see Google Drive. You can't see you can't see my screen, Peter. Intro page on the screen, not the Google Drive. Oh, let me see. Hold on. Let me see why you can't see. You should be able to see my screen. Hold on. There we go. So can everybody see my screen now? Let me just make sure before I... There we go. Perfect. All right. So now that you can see my screen, here we go, guys. This is the actual screen right here. So this is the Google Drive. Like I was saying, it's got all the content in here. If you go in the Telegram room, inside the Telegram room, there's a link. I just put that in recently. So obviously for the people that registered for the webinar, there's also a link where you can look at the Google Drive that's on my screen. What's up, Carol? Thank you, Carol, Major, Tim, Peter. So this right here, guys, is a drive for you. You see how it says BlockSafe Ambassadors? This drive is going to be strictly content, videos, marketing, motivation, you name it. It's going to be everything that you need to have a successful organization around the world. And a lot of these tools and resources, guys, you can use for your other businesses too, because at the end of the day, many of you are in the digital currency space and the blockchain and security space. So many of these tools you'll be able to use. These a lot of these pictures I've actually bought off of Adobe also. So like these pictures right here, especially, like you can look at the quality of these pictures. These are pictures that I have a license for. So I'm allowing all our teams to use all that content. That's a video, guys, that you can use. That's me at MIT. You can obviously, in the future, these trainings, today's more of a training. Next week, we'll do kind of the deck because we got more and more ambassadors coming online. But today, I just want to talk about more of the tools that you're going to be using for training, right? So we're going to show you also how to set up your own yacht or your own YouTube channels, because at the end of the day, you know, the more content, the more eyeballs you can drive. Like I set this up just a few minutes before we got started. So as you can see, I have the video uploaded, right? The title, I've got me, Max Garza 3, using a Bitcoin debit card in 2019 and protecting your crypto with BlockSafe Tech, right? This right here, this actual description, I'm going to upload the actual PR release. So all of this content, guys, you're going to have access to everything. So you see how this right here, we have the PR release. So we've got the link to the Telegram room. We've got for here, the one thing when you get these documents and you download them, guys, make sure you put your ambassador program link right here. So obviously this is the general one for the company, but then this is where you would obviously be able to edit this this document so that you can share, and make sure you share that with your teams, right? So this is the actual right here. This is what we used for the PR release. This is all my contact information. Like Peter said, you know, if anybody wants to bring on institutionals or organizations, you got all my content information. You got George's contact information. We will be 24/7 live, ladies and gentlemen, because we want to help you close as many deals as possible. So let's see what else. Oh, Tim, no worries. Thank you, brother, for helping us build this BlockSafe family. You know, at the end of the day, guys, we're all one big family, right? We all want to make sure that everybody's one, making money, and two, protecting their value. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about protecting any kind of digital currency, it's also about protecting your fiat currency, because many people, as you know, also get their bank accounts attacked on a daily basis, right? So we just want to make sure that people understand that security, when it comes to securing your financial data, you know, any kind of financial logins, and when I say value, right, ones and zeros, it's all ones and zeros. The dollar, the euro, the yen, the yuan, the Bitcoin, ones and zeros, and we're just trying to make sure that nobody can take your value. So that being said, guys, yeah, this right here, you'll have access to this type of PR release. If you want to do your own, let's say if you want to put your own description, you can. And if you want to send that to George or myself so we can review it, we can review it for you. A lot of times what you want to do is put a link at the very top of your description also, so that it can rank a little higher when it's getting spidered. Obviously, try and use you know, a good title so that people can see that it's you. So like let's say if it was Peter, right? Peter would put his name, Peter Rubens, and then obviously whatever title he decided. Guys, right here I did, just so you can see something, I did some research for Dionysus. As many of you know, we also are launching a blockchain for Hollywood. So I had done some research on, you know, keywords that were trending really high for like movies, blockchain tech, crypto, etc. So just so you can kind of, I just want to give you an example of how it works. So as you can tell, there's going to be three formats on your YouTube channel, and I'm going to do a YouTube specific video that y'all can like review with your teams. But you never want to do more than 15 keywords when it comes to YouTube, or else they won't help you get your rankings will be very, very low. I see some people doing like 30, 40, and their maximum amount is 15. So I'm just giving you an example of what I did for Dionysus. I did the research, and all of these, since Dionysus is, you know, blockchain tech in Hollywood, I did 15 of the highest ranking keywords for Hollywood and blockchain technology. So things like screenwriting, film, art, storytelling, story, movie, blockchain, short film, acting, photography, tips, time, music, Bitcoin, and crypto. Guys, those were the highest ranking and trending keywords. And a lot of times people are like, well, how do I get to these keywords? There's a lot of tools, guys. Like ultimately, if you go to Google, a good way of seeing what's really trending is if you put, like let's say if you put Bitcoin, or like me right here for this example, crypto exchange, right? It'll show you kind of what is trending, like what people are searching for. So I just put in crypto exchange, and then you'll see crypto exchange rankings, crypto exchange comparisons, rates, volume, owner dies, fees with lowest fees in US list, etc. So basically Google, this is kind of a way that you can hack and see, you know, when people are doing pay-per-click, AdWords, etc. A lot of them, what they do is they go to Google and they can see what people are searching for around the world. Now, another way you can do it, guys, is you can go and see the actual popular search keywords. So like I put cryptocurrency, right? And then you can see the keyword number one is Bitcoin, then mining cryptocurrency, cryptocurrency exchange, Dogecoin, best cryptocurrency. You can do this with any keyword, guys. Like let's say if I went over here and I put blockchain, right? Bitcoin blockchain technology, blockchain wallet, the blockchain, what is blockchain? So obviously, as you can see, guys, you can have access to all the tools that we use on a daily basis, because at the end of the day, I'll give you an example. Because of this uptick, we're coming out of the bear market, right? Bitcoin is hitting like the highest total of searches since November. Reason being is obviously look at the price point, guys. We're up to 7,900. We've broken 8,000 multiple times over the last few days. So are we completely out of the bear market? No, you know, at the end of the day, we're always testing support. We're always testing the resistance and the support, right? What kind of support do we have? Can we break through resistance? So the beautiful thing about cryptocurrency, guys, is it's an ever-evolving chess match, right? Similar to Forex, because at the end of the day, Forex right now is about 5.5 trillion daily. So imagine, so like we are in our infancy. In fact, just so you can see what perfect timing you have. Look at what you have right here, ladies and gentlemen. This is coinmarketcap.com. It kind of tells you all the volume for the entire digital currency space. And look at our market cap, 247 million, 247 billion, 845 million, 285,039 dollars as our market cap right now. Last year when we were exploding, we almost hit $1 trillion, and that was overall. Remember, Forex is 5.5 trillion daily. So imagine, ladies and gentlemen, when all these wallets that obviously, if you use Bitcoin, if you use Ethereum, Ripple, Matic, if you use any kind of ERC20 token, guess what you need? A wallet, right? Whether it's a mobile wallet, whether it's a desktop wallet, or whether you're logged into Coinbase, guess what you need? Protection, because you don't want anybody logging into your cryptocurrency account or financial account and taking your money. So this is one of the main reasons why we want to make sure that we teach you more about how to drive eyeballs to your content. Many of you are going to have exactly the same tools that we have. And again, these you can write up your own description, you can get your own keywords. I'm just showing you kind of how we do it on a daily basis. But again, guys, this is just content, right? Because content, there's people searching every single day. Another thing that I would recommend is you go and set up a bit.ly account, a Bitly account, because it's free and it allows you to track when people are clicking on links. So as an example, guys, like today, you can see that we just put right before 5 minutes before we started the webinar, we put the Google Drive in the Telegram room, and we already have 3 people that have clicked on it and are downloading pics, videos, etc. So Bitly allows you to track, how many people are clicking, where they're clicking, etc. For many of you that just joined, don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you're taking advantage of the Google Drive, because at the end of the day, what's going to happen is you're going to have a lot of people that are going to be coming to you and saying, okay, I just joined the ambassador program. I just purchased a CryptoDefender package. Now what, right? And it's going to be on us to train them, to show them, hey, look, we've got a lot of content for you to be able to share. Because as an example, like when people see this picture right here, the hack picture, they're like, what's getting hacked, who's getting hacked, how to get hacked, and it's on us. We're educating the masses. Imagine, guys, we totally are at the very beginning of something that's going to be multi-trillions of dollars on a daily basis. And as you saw, we're barely in the billions. Like literally, the market cap, the 24-hour volume was 72 billion. I mean, imagine 72 billion is a far away from 5.5 trillion, right? So one day, Bitcoin alone will be $1 trillion a day, vertical, just Bitcoin. I'm not even talking about altcoins, but guess who's going to have to protect those wallets and those people? You are. And they have to come to people like you and me to be able to protect their cryptocurrency and their exchanges and their blockchains. Because what's happening also, guys, is you're going to have the capability to, I'll give you an example. Walmart right now has an initiative where in the next 12 months, 12 to about 14 months, if companies are not on the blockchain, guess what's going to happen? They cannot do business with Walmart. And that's a public, this is all public information that you can look up yourself. They are all in on blockchain technology. Remember, guys, blockchain tech is what we are very excited about, right? Because remember, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, the XRP token, even the BSafe token, they're functions of the blockchain. So the first internet, if you recall, the first internet, we had access to information all over the world, right? It was phenomenal to see. We clicked a button and all of a sudden we could send an email around the world in like milliseconds, right? Whereas before you had to lick a stamp, you had to write a letter and then send it and then hope that they would receive it. You would get a phone call, right, or a return letter. It could take days, it could take weeks, it could take months. But now with digital, what I should say, but now when we got the first internet, the internet of information, it was instantaneous, right? So kind of sending value money was kind of the same way, right? Before, what did you have to do? You had to go to a bank, deposit your money, You had to send a wire somewhere. It could take 7 to 10 to 15 business days. If they messed up the wire, then you had to go back in and redo it, right? And now with digital technology, with Bitcoin and other technologies like Dash, Monero, you name it, guys, sending value with digital currency is pretty much almost instantaneous also, right? So what we love is the fact that all of this is evolving at a time when we have the perfect opportunity to go out and build massive teams, right? To be able to show people how they can benefit from getting knowledge. Because at the end of the day, guys, all we're doing is educating ourselves and our teams to be able to understand that there's a tidal wave coming, and we have already gotten our surfboards ready. Like literally, you, me, everybody in our Telegram room that's excited about this opportunity to show the world about BlockSafe technology products. We are the ones that are going to lead the charge. And at the end of the day, some will, some won't. So what? We got a lot of people that are excited, right? If somebody tells you no, guess what? There's going to be 10 other people tell you yes. So don't ever worry about somebody telling you, oh, that's not the future. You know, blockchain's going to go away, Bitcoin's going to go away. They said the same thing about the steam engine, right? They said the same thing about the printing press. They said the same thing about email. They said the same thing about banks. That, you know, banks are never that type of technology. You know, will never be obsolete. You know, the banks will always rule financial. They'll be the de facto financial institution. Well, guess what? You know, blockchain and cryptocurrency is making them reevaluate those statements. So when people are telling you that you're crazy, tell them, yeah, you're crazy that you're getting in front of this before the masses do, right? Because you know that those that get in first make the absolute most money. So again, guys, don't forget, you know, obviously there's a lot of tools and a lot of training that's coming your way. This is just kind of a portion of what you're going to be getting on a weekly basis, so that you can go out and educate your teams and yourself, because you know this is an ever-evolving field. Like, we're learning stuff on a daily basis. Same with credit cards. Exactly. Yeah, Major. Like literally, I still remember listening to my grandparents tell me about the first time they used a Diners Club card. They said that the very first time they used a Diners Club, one of the very first credit cards, that the manager was like, "We don't accept this. We accept cash." And my grandfather was like, "Well, call one of your supervisors or another manager, because y'all do accept this." And I mean, we're talking about 50s, 60s technology when it comes to credit cards, guys. Like literally, credit card technology is very old. That's why digital currency, even casinos, guys. If any of you are near casinos, make sure you go and talk to casinos, because there's a lot of people that are going to be using mobile wallets to transfer value, money, right? Dragon Coin is a good example. There's many blockchain projects that are dealing directly with casinos right now, because what's happening is people don't want to wait 3, 7, 10 business days to wire their money and be able to gamble and go to shows and make purchases. They want, you know, our society, because of technology, we're a now type of society, right? So that's the beauty of what blockchain and digital currency does for us. It allows us to you know, set up payment rails and make everything super fast and efficient and secure. But the security is what we're most worried about, right? Because at the end of the day, if somebody doesn't have any kind of encryption security on their mobile device or their desktop or their tablets, right? That's where we come in and explain why it is utmost of importance for those people, whether they're our friends or colleagues or people that we're talking to. Like I said, if any of you are near casinos, those people, of all people, really need a lot of encryption tech, a lot of BlockSafe products, because they got people that are logging in using using unique codes, et cetera, et cetera. So that being said, guys, I had a Diners Club card. That's awesome, Major. So yeah, so like everybody that has gotten in front of some kind of trend in the past has made a ton of money, guys. I'll give you an example. I had an uncle that got in front of computers when they first came out, right? He started selling computers. He went from selling printers at IBM to selling computers, and they told him that he was crazy. They're like, there's no way that you're going to make as much or more money selling those things, because nobody's going to buy them. They're too expensive. And guess what? He retired really, really early. So, you know, it happens in every vertical, ladies and gentlemen. Many of you, like Major, have seen these types of verticals come and go. I heard a good story about Kodak, right? Best Buy was another one, where like even Best Buy said, video on demand, what's that? And you know, we're going to be around forever. And guess what? They didn't adapt and they went away, right? Because everybody is now on Netflix and Hulu and Amazon and all that. So don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, if somebody's got some kind of login, right? If it's a mobile type login, they're using a mobile device or their laptop to watch movies or log into their Wells Fargo or Deutsche Bank account, you can help them. So it's just about really getting the information out. You know, it's about sharing your link, because if you share your link, what's going to happen is more people are going to be apt to go look at your information. And once they see your information, then they have to make the choice. Are they willing to go out and build a global team with you? Or are they going to just kind of stay on the fence, right? Because sometimes people just need a little more information, and that's really where these types of trainings are going to help. Also, what we're going to do, guys, is these trainings, you're going to get trainings like, let me just show you this. Can everybody see my screen? Because I want to kind of show you the types of trainings you and your teams are going to get before I go into this. Major, Tim, Carol, can you all see this document, the Initial Coin Offering Gold Rush 2018? Let me just make sure that everybody can see this. Yeah, okay, perfect. So guys, what I want to do with everybody is I want to increase your knowledge, because at the end of the day, if you can educate yourselves and your team members or people globally, they're going to be attracted to you, right? So this is a training that I did in 2016, 2015, 2017, 2018. I'm gonna update this to be the 2019 training. So this is a training we did for initial coin offerings, because at the end of the day, you know, 2017 and 2018, people were going crazy for ICOs. Like, we're raising, you know, billions upon billions of dollars. We had VCs that were upset because at one point we were raising like $3 to almost $4 to their $1. And so even venture capitalists were starting to get into ICOs. But now what they've done is the secondary training that I'm going to do is going to be on STO, security token offerings. And that's what I'm going to do first is I'm going to do the training on initial coin offerings, and then I'll back that. I'll go back to back with an STO training so that people can see both sides, right? Because even though a lot of companies, a lot of organizations are moving to security token offerings, there's many companies that are not onshore, domestic US, that are like, as an example, a lot of companies in the UK, a lot of companies in Singapore, like all over Asia, are still doing ICOs. So this is the type of training, and then I'm also going to upload this document to the Google Drive so that y'all have access to this, and y'all can use this in your daily trainings or weekly trainings with your teams. So does anybody have any questions up to this point, guys? I know you've gotten a lot of information, but you know, Tim started off with a really good question about the institutionals. Does anybody else have any questions in the meantime about the training portion? Because I really wanted everybody to see the training tools that you're going to have at your disposal. So Major, Tim, Carol, Dean, Andrew Wall, Andy, Big Andy out of the UK. Does anybody have any questions? Miss Annette? No, if you have any questions, then hey, that's a good thing, right? Because at the end of the day, that means you're taking notes. But this is going to be uploaded to the YouTube channel. Where do we access the drive? Peter, go into the Telegram room, and in the Telegram room where we put the link, for the GoToWebinar today. You have the link to the GoToWebinar, and then you have the you actually have here. Let me just copy this. In fact, what I'll do is I'll just copy and repaste it, so it's at the very bottom. So go into the Telegram room, and I just put it at the very bottom. There you go. I see somebody posted a polar bear. And there's Peter. How do we access the Google Drive? So Peter, do you see the Google Drive at the bottom? Yes, that's a good question, Major. All right, guys. So Major has a really good question. He says, "Can you go over possible customers again?" Okay, perfect. All right, guys. So possible customers for BlockSafe Technology products are going to be banks. So anybody that has a mobile banking login, right? So I'll give you an example. When I log into Chase, I've got a Chase Manhattan account and a Wells Fargo account, right? and a Metropolitan Bank account because I've got a BitPay card. So when I log into my bank account, if I don't have encryption technology, guess what? I am open to what? Getting keylogged, phished, hacked. So this is why I use the actual CryptoDefender for all my mobile devices. I've got a tablet. My sister has an iPad. My mom has an iPad. My mom has an iPhone. So does my sister. So we basically have all our devices encrypted with a BlockSafe Technology CryptoDefender. So, and that's, my mom and my sister are not cryptocurrency enthusiasts like I am, guys, but they do have mobile logins, right, to their banking, to their Vanguard, Fidelity accounts, etc. So I just want to make sure that they're not getting keylogged or you know, somebody, they downloaded a free app and all of a sudden they've got malware, spyware on there, right? So that number one, what I would recommend is anybody that has some kind of banking app on their phone, tablet, desktop, right? That's, I mean, by far, right now, we have way more of those people in our reach than we have crypto, right? For the majority of us, because many of us have been using these mobile banking or desktop banking logins for years, right? Number two, obviously, if you are a cryptocurrency enthusiast, such as myself and many of us on this webinar, that is probably the biggest, I mean, literally, people that have 1,000, 5,000, 20,000, there's many people that trade large volumes on a daily, weekly basis. So if those people aren't encrypted, guess what, man? They're playing with fire, right? So if you got people that are crypto enthusiasts, I would recommend that you discuss that with them also. So remember, banking type colleagues or friends, especially crypto, because you know, look at all these hacks that are happening all around us. That's what the Telegram room's all about, guys. It shows you that on a daily basis, people are getting SIM jacked, right? People are getting phished, keylog, etc. Crypto exchanges are going down. And then obviously a third one, guys, would be, I would really go after people that deal with financial institutions. So like for those of you that have 401ks, for those of you that have Fidelity, Edward Jones accounts, you know, anything that's financial instruments, anything that's banking, anything that's crypto. And then obviously if you're near maybe like a casino, casinos have a lot of people that have to log in for VIP accounts, right? Some of them hold value. So casinos, let's see. So that's four areas so far, right? So we've got banks, we've got crypto enthusiasts, and when we say crypto, guys, don't forget that's crypto wallets, that's crypto exchanges, and any kind of organization that's looking at doing their own private public blockchain, because there's a lot of them out there. And you can Google, or if you have friends that are getting into the blockchain space, you know, remember you want to protect as many of those people as you can. And then obviously casinos, because casinos are really big. So that being said, let's see, Major. So Major, does that kind of help you, Major? Hashtags, good deal or not? Yes. Let me just, so Peter, let me just get with Major and see if he got those four. For sure. Okay, perfect. And then, guys, if you have any recommendations, like if you're out there and you see that we should be going after, like, I'll give you another example because I just got a text message. People that are in churches, big congregations, because at the end of the day, many of those people are doing what? They're banking, right? Or they're logging into, you know, something that has their financial data or their personal data. So somebody just said churches, right? And if you got, again, that's what the Telegram room is for, guys. If you have ideas like this, put it in the room. And then let's see, it says Peter Rubin's got it. Hashtags, good deal or not, recommendations. Yes, Peter. I've got a list of about 30 amazing hashtags, and I'm gonna put those 30 hashtags on this document and when I upload it. So Peter, if you see this doc right here, the one that's a PR release, I'm gonna, at the very bottom, what I'll do is I'll put the 30 crypto, the most, we call them the hot trends, right? The 30 hottest hashtags that you can use. So I would recommend, again, 10 to about 15 hashtags. If you're going to be posting on Instagram, I would post about nine hashtags on there. So just so you know, there's about 30 of them. And then if you find some that you like, because again, guys, right? When I showed you the trends, remember, like here we go, Peter, just so you can see. You see how these are cryptocurrency keywords, the most popular. So Bitcoin, mining cryptocurrency, cryptocurrency exchange, etc. If some of you see that some of these, like the longer tails, are trending and you want to let us know, hey, put a message in the Telegram room. Let everybody know, right? So like a lot of these, I'm going to post in the Telegram room also, and I'm going to put the 30 hottest in on that page, and then right below it, I'll put a bunch of other ones that people can choose from just in case, because you just never know, right, guys? Some people might find a keyword that's just trending like crazy. Let me see. So we got that on hashtags, Peter. That's hashtags are a go. Does CryptoDefender pack of 5 have to be used in one household? No, not at all, Carol. Great question. So if you have a pack of 5 guys, as an example, let's say that you want to give one away to one of your best friends, right, or somebody in your church. When you have your licenses, they're your licenses. You can do whatever you want with them, Carol. That's a great question, actually. Recommended frequency of posting new content to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. So I would recommend when you post to Facebook to post about 3 to 4 times. I would say that 4 is going to be a little too much. I would say 2 to 3. 2 to 3 times a day is recommended. Twitter, obviously Twitter is people tweet all the time, so you can go crazy on Twitter. But you want to have conversations with people, right? You want to retweet other content. We're gonna be doing a lot of social media training. So just like YouTube, just like I'm gonna show you how to set up your own YouTube channels, right? Just like this. We're also gonna do trainings on Twitter, Instagram, Quora, you name it, guys. We're gonna do all kinds of this year. You basically get a PhD in blockchain, encryption tech, and social media tech, because at the end of the day, the more content you can put out there, the more people are gonna follow you, right? So that's what these trainings are going to be more about. And then Instagram, guys, Instagram, I would post again between 2 and 4 times. You can do that if you, depending on the timing, right? Because normally there's about 3 good time frame hours, and I'll put that in a paper and upload that. I'm going to upload specs on. I guess the best way to do it is to upload specs on everything, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, like posting type details and recommendations. I think that's what I'll do, Peter, is I'll post recommendations on a document, and then that way you can review it. I meant our original content. What do you mean by your original content? Content's content, whether it's original, whether it's ours. You can post any content is postable. So yes, do you prefer YouTube or Instagram? I prefer both. Let's see, website capture pages. Dave, great question. I have a couple of books. Okay, perfect. So websites, capture pages. So right now, I'm creating a couple of capture pages funnels, and within those funnels, like I have a system that I use, right, for a bunch of different companies, and you have access to that same system, or you can have access to the content, the email ad copy, especially because the email ad copy is what's very valuable. So I've been working on doing about 5 to 10 emails that you can put into your auto posters, and then obviously you put your link, right, and then there's going to be a bunch of, like I said, there's going to be so many tools at you're going to have so many weapons at your beck and call. It's going to be crazy for people not to be able to find you. So yeah, Dave, we're going to totally do websites, capture pages, etc. Let's see. I really appreciate the scope of these new webinars. Oh no, Peter, thank you, bro. Look, guys, at the end of the day, I really appreciate everybody taking time out of their busy day, because I will give you all the time I have. At the end of the day, I thank each and every one of you for taking time out of your busy day. Many of you have families, many of you have work, many of you have other things going on. So the reason why I want to record a lot of these and upload, the reason why I want to wait on setting up a new YouTube was because I want to show people what they're going to be able to do. All our BlockSafe team members are going to be able to set up their own YouTube channels, right? So they can drive eyeballs, right? They can get content out there. This is the beauty in what we're going to do, guys. We're going to be able to create a bunch of different organizations that are literally getting eyeballs on their products, which are BlockSafe products, right? But at the end of the day, think of this as your business, right? Because at the end of the day, this is your business that you're going to be creating into. Like I tell people this: you're going to be able to write your own check, right? At the end of the day, if you want to make a few extra $100 a week or a few $1,000s a week, or for some of you, a few $100,000 a week, because it's all relative to how much effort, right? Blood, sweat, and tears you put into it. Because here, there's no limits on how much money you can make, guys. The beautiful thing about what we have is we're not going to limit anybody. We're not like other companies that say, "Oh, no, you made $5,000-$10,000 this month. That's it." Like you're not trading time for money as far as like you're not getting paid $10-$20 an hour here, and you can only work 30-40 hours here. You get paid what you want because you're putting in the hustle. You're grinding. So that's the beautiful thing about what we have with this ambassador program. And guys, it's free, right? Like it's totally free to get started with us. But many of you obviously are already using the product because again, nobody wants to. If you're making 5,000-10,000 a week or a month or every 2 months, right? You don't want people taking that out of your bank account or your crypto wallet. So Facebook ads or boost posts, what's a better value? They actually both are good values, but you have to make sure that you're using the right keywords. So you're going to have a lot of keywords and the right demographics. So you have to really target that specific. The beautiful thing about Facebook, guys, like Facebook ads, is they allow you to target, like as an example, age, right? So if you know that 18, 19, 20-year-olds don't really buy stuff, don't, because think about it, when you're in college, you barely have enough money to do what? To eat, right? So if you're targeting 18 to 25, then you know that 18 to about 20 demographic isn't really going to buy much stuff from you, right? Now, and when I say that, I just mean like if you were purchasing, like just as an example, clothing or coffee or some kind of tangible product. Here, if they're 18 to 20 and they're crypto, if they're in the crypto market, which some of them are, right? Then you could target that. But obviously, you want to go after people that have money, that have bank accounts, that have financial instruments. And the beautiful thing, Peter, is that on Facebook ads, you can demographically target those specific type of people. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, so it's 2:44 p.m. Central Standard Time. I want to keep these types of trainings down to about 45 minutes because I know everybody's got a level of attention, like the attention span can only keep going for so long. On the weekends, this Saturday, I'm gonna set up another webinar, and I'm actually gonna do the ICO training and the STO training on Saturday. So many of you that want to bring your team so they can get educated on. There's a lot of people who made a lot of money, guys. We made a ton of money when we did the Dragon ICO in 2017 and 2018. So I just want to educate people on stuff that maybe they didn't get a hold of because they didn't have the timing or nobody educated them. And that's why I really want to do the ICOs, the STOs. I want to teach people why BlockSafe fits into all of these verticals. I mean, literally nobody wants to be holding crypto and it's unencrypted, right? No protection. So any free trials coming? I'm thinking how, let me see. Any free trials coming? So Peter, what do you mean by free trials? Let me just get, in fact, we'll do, if anybody has any more questions, guys, like we'll give everybody about 3 more questions. Peter's question is, any free trials coming in? I'm thinking how, do it MS Office, Microsoft Office. I mean, we've given out free trials, guys. So many of you, if you have those free trials, make sure that you use those before. We're kind of tracking to see who's using their trials, who's not. So if we need more trials, like if you want the 30-day free trials, I'll reach out to George and Scott and I'll get us some more of those trials. That way we can use those as leverage, right? So that's a good question. Yeah, we can do that, guys. I'll reach out to Scott and George and see if I can get more free trials. Some of you that already have the free trials, make sure that you've used them. And if not, share them with your team so they can use them. So we'll take 2 more questions, guys, and then we'll let you go and enjoy this beautiful Wednesday afternoon, evening and morning for some of you in Japan. Let me see. Any other questions? We'll take 2 more questions, and then we will adjourn this webinar. And then Saturday, later tonight, what I'll do is I'll set up a link for the Saturday ICO STO training. And then obviously that's, anybody, guys, there's so many wallets being created for these ICOs and STOs. I mean, those people right there, when Major was asking, who do we go after? Go after all those people that are putting money. Institutions are even doing it. Institutions are putting money into STOs right now. So let me see, not for ambassadors, for potential clients. Not for potential clients. Oh, like free trials? Like, are you talking about free trials for like CryptoDefender? Or like Exchange Defender? Yes, yeah, yeah, most definitely. So guys, if you got clients, if you have any clients, right, or any contacts with people that are institutionals, banks, exchanges, financial services, crypto exchanges, let us know. And if they want to do a free trial on an Exchange Defender, or they want to do some Crypto Defender trials, we will definitely get those out to them. Most definitely. All right. So if nobody else has any other questions, guys, I love when Peter's on here because literally he keeps me on my toes. He makes me think. And the beauty of these webinars, as you see, guys, are live, right? So literally, if you have the questions, we'll get you the answers. And if we don't know the answer, we'll get you the answer definitely, right? Because at the end of the day, like I said, this is an ever-evolving field when we're talking about cybersecurity, crypto security. And the beautiful thing is we have a team led by George Waller and Scott that literally will answer any question, do webinars for us and our teams, guys. Use this resource that you have to help you close the deal. Because at the end of the day, there's nobody better to talk about cybersecurity, blockchain security, and crypto security than the BlockSafe Technologies team, ladies and gentlemen. So that being said, guys, thank you very much for your time. We'll see you again next Wednesday, same time, same place. Make sure that you are going out and building a global team, because guess what? If you don't get to those people, somebody else will, and they'll make the money, ladies and gentlemen. Guys, my name is Max Garza III. I thank you very much for your time, your patience, and obviously your will to win in this blockchain and cryptocurrency space in 2019. God bless, and we'll see you next week. Good evening, Carol. Have a good night, Mama. We'll talk soon, guys. Thank you, Miss Annette. Big hugs and kisses to my favorite person from Sweden.